So this week we're talking with Matt Brandon, who teaches 9th grade math at ASU Prep. Mr. Brandon, this is your first year teaching, isn't that right?
Yes, first year.
Okay, and you're one of our Teach for America fellows?
Yes, I am.
Good. So what brought you into the Teach for America program? What got you to pursue that?
Well, I was a psych major in college, and as a requirement for a clinical child psych class, I had to volunteer in a special needs kind of children's area, and so I chose to work in a special needs class at a school in the Bronx where I went to school, and I just loved it. I love working with the kids. I thought that even kind of in spite of their difficult circumstances and their learning disabilities, they always had a positive attitude and really wanted to learn, and that kind of got me thinking about teaching. And in that same class, actually, a representative from Teach for America came in and kind of gave us some information, and that was kind of what got the ball rolling for me on that.
Good. And so how is it that you end up teaching math as a subject? Do they ask you your preference, or is it a strength of yours, or how does it come about?
They do ask your preference. I actually I was in a 3rd and 4th grade English class when I was assistant teaching in the Bronx, and so that's what I asked for. I asked for elementary school English, and I got high school math. But actually, now that I have gotten it, I am very excited about it. Like I really do enjoy math. I enjoyed math throughout high school, and I took some statistics classes as part of my psychology requirement in college, and then some other math classes as well. So I do have a math background. That's probably why they put me there.
Good. And here at ASU Prep, you're actually team teaching 9th grade math. I don't know if people know it, but we have 2 teachers in our 9th grade math. Yes. You and Ms. Lewis, who I'll be interviewing in a couple of weeks. But talk a little bit about how the team teaching is going in 9th grade.
I think it's going really well. I think it provides kind of a unique opportunity for the students to have 2 teachers in the classroom at once. That way you can have someone leading the class and another person kind of facilitating simultaneously. You can also divide the class into much smaller groups based on kind of areas of need and address those needs separately, which is something that you couldn't do with one teacher.
So what's the approach that you and Ms. Lewis take towards teaching math in 9th grade? What are some of the things that you're focusing on in your class?
Well, I think obviously the most important area is focusing on kind of foundational number skills. That's one of those things that's a life skill that you need to have, and it's obviously very pertinent in algebra. The second thing is giving kids a strong conceptual understanding of what we're doing, because it's easy to remember a set of steps to perform a specific procedure in math for a day or two, but if you don't have the conceptual understanding, that kind of long-term memory is not really formed. So we want to make sure the kids are understanding what they're doing on a conceptual level, and that way they are able to reproduce those skills throughout the year, as opposed to just right before the test, and then as soon as the test is over, it's kind of out the window. Right,
that makes sense. So this being your first year teaching, has there been anything that this year in your first year that maybe was unexpected, or that you didn't expect when you went into teaching?
Oh, I think just about everything is unexpected. You don't really know what teaching is going to be until you start to do it. I really had no idea how I was going to react to being a teacher. I never really thought that was going to be something that I was going to do until right before I started to think about Teach for America. But what I didn't really expect was the kind of the connections that I was going to make with the students. I feel like I've made like 120 new friends in 6 months, and while you don't have an exclusively friendly relationship, like I do feel a very strong connection to them, and I care about their success, and I think they care about mine as well.
Good. And I noticed in the board behind you that you have a board that talks about colleges and universities, and it's really one of the things we focus on throughout our school, from kindergarten through high school, about getting our kids to go to college. Can you talk a little bit about the board behind you and what you do in this class about getting your kids to focus on college?
Of course. Well, obviously the message here is that all kids are going to go to college and graduate. And so we think that it's important that kids start thinking about the college process as soon as they enter high school, because that's really when your transcript, or high school transcript, is formed that kind of allows you to go to college. And so our first idea when we first started the semester was to have kids come up with colleges that they were interested in and draw like a little logo, or some of them are really good, some of the mascots and things like that, to get them thinking about the schools they want to go to. And then throughout the year we've had them figure out exactly what the GPA requirements, the ACT, SAT scores are, how much money it costs, how much money they would need, kind of the channels that you would go through to get scholarships or grants or things like that. Just kind of getting them thinking about, all right, well, these are the things that I need to be able to overcome or to accomplish before I can go to college.
Good. So you're in Arizona. You said you went to college in New York.
Yes.
How is it that you came to Arizona? Do they ask you your preference in Teach for America, or do you just pretty much get sent wherever they want to send you?
Oh no, they definitely allow you to list your preferences. You have to kind of rank every single region that they send people to, which is like almost 50 regions, I think. And you categorize them in order, but also in 3 general categories. So you have highly preferred, preferred, and least preferred. And Phoenix was my second most highly preferred region. I grew up on the East Coast, and I've been there for a long time, and I kind of wanted to experience a different part of the country, so I was really excited to come out here, and they sent me out here.
Good. Well, we're glad you picked Phoenix. One of the things I like to do in these interviews is to give parents and others who are watching just a little bit of idea about who our teachers are. So could you talk about what you like to do in your free time when you're not teaching?
Yeah, I've written a couple of screenplays. I definitely enjoy writing a lot. Reading, I'm very into cooking and fitness. They kind of go hand in hand for me. Like I make all my own food. I work out very regularly. Yeah, I guess other than that, that's kind of my life outside of teaching right now.
Screenplays.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like that's a lot to do, and so that's pretty impressive. And
Thank you.
It's one of the things I like to do. Why I like to do these interviews, because I learn a lot about our teachers, and I am so glad you chose to do Teach for America, because it's really our win here at ASU Prep having you here at our school, and so we're glad you're here. And keep up the outstanding work.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here. I really appreciate that.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks.